Next we have the man from Iraq. He joined S5 Arusha. Before that he was in Burundi for 2 years. Before that, all of his previous schooling had been in Arabic. And one has to say he has made marvellous progress, achieving all A's and B's at IGCSE, even though he'd only studied English for 3 years at that point. And on his way, we hope, to achieving a very good IB diploma point score. Although informing the world via Facebook that you've only just started your extended essay when the deadline for submission is imminent, that was perhaps not the cleverest thing in the world to do. But that aside, during his time here, he's shown himself to be a witty, intelligent and a talented athlete, particularly in volleyball and basketball. He was named the most improved footballer last year. On LP trips, he has made it to Mandara Hut, base of Mwenti and Socialist Peak. Not Osama, Douglah. We have a young lady who actually started at ISM many years ago, and is in fact a graduate of the ISM Daycare Centre, the preschool that we run over near the stables. Some of the alumni sitting in this audience, or even on the stage, may have taught her as part of her CAS programme 13-14 years ago. She returned as a scholarship student in D1 due to her outstanding results in the national examinations, and has been a tremendous asset to this group from day one. Ladies and gentlemen, a girl with a great attitude to work and to life, Miss Susan Efata.
Penultimate graduate, who is Swiss, is another star of the class. She too started in P1, who faced and overcome her own fair share of problems to become another star of the class.
Going on either to the UK or the Netherlands to study economics and international development, ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Giselle Hadley. Next we have a citizen of Belgium who joined us in August 2002. By November, she climbed Mandara Hut. By April, Little Meru, then the base of Mwenti. That was just for starters. Since then, she's been on at least another half dozen OP trips. She was one of the youngest United Nations devotee. The first time was when she too was in S4 with Katie. The most recent playing a leading role and taking the young whippersnappers of the D1s through their paces. Second place in the science fair in M3. She appeared in Oliver. She won the S5 award for the most all-round commitment to the Moshi campus and community. She also loves horse riding, plays basketball, badminton, volleyball, rugby, does weights. You name it, I think Miriam has done it. She is also a very mature, independent young woman, often takes on responsibility for organising activities, for example, stock taking for the P and OP stores, and you should hear Mr. Wiggins complain now that she's stopped doing it. The charming Miss Miriam Colivert.
Next, we have another long-serving member of the class. This student also joined in P1 on Arusha campus. She was quite singular in her outlook. For example, one week, the activity she enjoyed the most was, and I quote, "I had fun blowing on a pencil." Although we're not actually sure what part of the curriculum that falls under. But she knew what she didn't like. Quote, "When we had to sit for the vice president." Well, taking that as a hint and trying to move as rapidly on as we can, Catherine has been described as a great all-rounder, intelligent, hard-working, always giving 100% in terms of effort, commitment and determination, both inside and outside the classroom. Ladies and gentlemen, the girl who has it all, the amazing Miss Catherine Jacobson. Next, we have a young man who joined us here in Moshi in P1, August 1996. And in that year, his teacher, Rebecca Gentle, wrote, quote, "Nazir is a very independent child and determined to succeed in all he does." And very little has changed in the intervening years. Terms like, quote, "hard-working, enthusiastic and excellent students" are mentioned over and over again in subsequent report cards. Although in one reflection he did say, quote, "I sometimes like language because we sometimes don't have to do anything." Hoping to go on to the UK to study medicine, ladies and gentlemen, the remarkable Mr. Nasir Kanji. Our next graduate is Japanese. Joined us in 1996 on Arusha campus. And on entering P1, her knowledge of English was put down simply as, quote, "none," unquote. Since then, of course, she's grown in all sorts of ways. Described as a conscientious student, she was even charged in one report of, quote, "taking school a little too seriously." Yes, we don't normally have that sort of problem with students. Do we, Frank? But her perseverance and dedication are what helped make her as successful as she is. Of course, as anyone who knows her will tell you, Yona's greatest passion, second only to a penchant for stripy socks, is her art. Ladies and gentlemen, a name we might see in lights in the future, Yona Kato. Our next graduate is a Bosnian from Sarajevo. And I think it's fair to say that he has never been accused of taking school or his teachers too seriously. Gigi, as he is affectionately known, partly because we can't actually pronounce his real name correctly, joined Arusha in P2, left us to return to Sarajevo for a while and then returned in M1. One of his great passions is the theatre. Who could forget his dazzling performance as a master of ceremonies at the variety show, his brilliant impersonation of Borat, Mr. Douglah-Kosic.